So time now for us to take a look through the international newspapers, once again with Elena Casas. And Elena, firstly, we've been looking at the state of play in the US election, coming up in just a couple of months' time, of course. Voting now just 4 months away.
Indeed, so I had a look at the American papers this morning, which are all headlining on an announcement made by President Obama yesterday, which, as the Daily Beast puts it, fires the opening salvo in an argument that promises to be long, messy and full of political point scoring. What is this about? Well, it's whether or not they should extend the Bush-era tax cuts, which are, of course, for America's richest. Obama's announced he doesn't want to. Now, that's, of course, something that the Republicans will promise to extend, but he's actually being too defensive, the president, at least according to the Washington Post. They say if he's going to be accused of the right of class warfare and of trying to wage war on the rich, then he should go all out and impose much higher taxes on the rich. He's still going to retain fairly low tax rates for people earning as much as $250,000 a year. The Washington Post says he always sort of goes with these more left-wing policies, too defensive a fashion, things that will please his base. He sets out with them very tentatively. Why not just go more stridently? That America is already very divided, so why try to cover up the cracks in the middle?
He's almost got nothing to lose, I suppose, is what they're saying. Well, Mitt Romney, President Obama's rival in that election, his own finances have been under scrutiny for quite a long time. Back in the papers again today.
Indeed, The Independent says a fresh controversy has broken out in the US over offshore accounts he held in Bermuda and Switzerland, and whether or not he might be using money, if you like, laundered, even they call it, through them to finance his own campaign. Now, of course, how much money they both have to finance the campaign with is often in the US said as to be the deciding factor in that election itself. Obama has been on top in the fundraising race for a long time as a result of a clever online strategy which helps his team build up small donations from ordinary people. And 4 months ago, they had a much bigger campaign chest than the Republicans. Now, though, the Republicans have tripled the amount of money they have in the bank in just a couple of months, as all big donors who have traditionally backed the party, like oil companies and so on, have stumped up the cash just very recently as we get closer to Election Day. They also say in the New York Times that big donors who had previously backed Obama in 2008, lots of them have changed sides because they feel that his policies have been too detrimental to the very wealthy.
OK, lots of money flying around over in the United States then. Cash buying political influence is also on the front page of Britain's Guardian newspaper. Yes,
this is about lobbying companies and the fact that they've got an investigation which was carried out by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism, which is a non-profit organisation in the UK. But they shows apparently that Britain's 5 biggest banks spent £92 million on lobbying last year.
Wow.
And got some policy changes out of it that they wanted to see, like lower UK corporation tax for their offshore subsidiaries. Of course, this is a controversy that's been going on in the UK and will continue to see these kinds of scandalised headlines after that famous interest rate fixing scandal.
Yeah, bankers incredibly unpopular at the moment in Britain, I would say. In the city, they're famous for their love of expensive wine and all sorts of things. In the Independent, there are some unexpected purchases as well.
Unexpected consumers, yeah, of France's, some of France's produces expensive wines. Cows.
Oh, right.
The Independent says that some farmers in the south of France, obviously they love their good beef, they love their quality red wine, so they've taken that to the logical conclusion and are feeding the wine to the cows. Apparently, their premium product cows are drinking as many of 2 litres of red wine a day on some farms in the south of France, which is rather expensive, of course. It's tripled the cost of the animal feed, so it's quite a sort of specialist product, but apparently it increases the milk and you get leaner and better tasting beef.
Wow. And some headaches for the cows as well, I'm sure. OK, unexpected stuff there in the south of France. Thanks very much, Elena Casas, for that news roundup.